Welcome to Drupal School. I'm Elliot Rothman. In this episode, we're going to take a look at a really awesome new module called SWF Tools. SWF Tools aims to handle multimedia files using other Flash files. So basically, like in your operating system, how when you double-click an MP3 file, it'll open in something like iTunes usually. You can set up default Flash applications to handle multimedia files within a Drupal installation. It supports some real popular Flash media players out of the box, and we're going to take a look at the media player by Jeroen Wiering. I apologize if I pronounced that wrong. This is a very popular multimedia player written in Flash, and we're going to integrate it into our Drupal site. So, again, this is not a overview of everything that you can possibly do with SWF Tools. It's a pretty big module and allows a lot of really cool things. And I should note that this little snippet of PHP code here is real important. If you wanted to integrate SWF Tools with something like CCK, you can do that really easily by stuffing text field variables in over here. So you could essentially create a text field where you can enter a URL or something like that, and using maybe something like content template, automatically have it, load that stuff inside of nodes and do really, really awesome, cool stuff. But we'll do some more basic things for this video. So we're going to want to make sure that we download the official release here. And we'll also want to get this media player, and I should point out that this particular media player isn't free. It's free to use for non-commercial purposes, but if you want to use it on a commercial site, you have to pay a license fee. Alright, so I've got those downloaded. And now we just have to put them in our Drupal installation. So we've got SWF Tools over here, and we've got the Flash media player. We'll just put that over there. And we'll go to our Drupal folder. In this case, I've named it SWF Tools. We'll go to Sites, All, create a folder for new modules. Drop SWF Tools in there. And we'll take a look at the README file in the shared folder. Here's where you can put your new Flash applications. And it'll tell you the ones that it supports right away are this is the path that we'll need to put that SWF file in there. So I'll drag this in here and just name it Media Player. And I should also point out, you don't actually need all these extra files here to make this work. So we can actually just delete everything except for the SWF file itself. Back to our Drupal site. Go to Administer. We'll go to Modules. And we'll enable the upload module because we're going to use that in a second. And we'll also enable some of the SWF Tools modules. Now you'll notice that there's a lot. Without explaining what every single one of these do, sometimes you may want to use JavaScript like the UFO script or the jQuery script to embed your Flash content. I believe Internet Explorer on Windows, you have to give focus to a SWF file, which the traditional embed script doesn't support automatically. So you might want to use those for embedding your Flash content. In this case, we're going to skip over that. So we'll want to enable SWF Object and SWF Tools. Actually, we don't need SWF Object. We'll just do SWF Tools Integration, and the Wearing Flash. Alright, now you see SWF Tools shows up over here. And we can adjust our embedding settings, but we'll skip right to file handling. So just like in your operating system, here's how you can determine how your file handling gets done. So we can set the default for FLV files, and we'll use the Flash Media Player. And we'll actually set this up for all of our media files. Next, we'll take a look at integration. Here we can choose to automatically handle different types of media uploads to embed without anything else. So otherwise you'd have to use that PHP snippet to let Drupal know that you want to display a particular media file inside of SWF Tools. If over here we select all of these, this will automatically take any file that we upload through Drupal and display it in that media player that we specified. Let's go ahead and test that out. Create a story. Say test story. Here is a neat video. And we'll just go to File Attachments. Grab this little FLV file, go to Attach. And submit and see what happens. And if you get an error like I just did, you want to go back to your SWF tool settings. I forgot this step. You'll have to go to your embedding settings, and simply clicking on it will have it create new folders to store your playlists. Because what it does is, in the background, it creates XML playlists on the fly. So it's nothing you have to worry about as a user, but something you should be aware of. Otherwise, what will happen, which has happened to me, is it tried to create the XML file in a path that didn't exist. So here you can specify the path for that. So now if you go back to your content, or if we go back to our content, fingers crossed, we should see that media file show up. And there it is, in a Flash player. If you want to build a web application. And that's about it for this video. Like I mentioned, SWF Tools is a huge module, and I really applaud the folks who worked on it, because I think it's the start of some big things to come. One of the other nice things that I didn't demonstrate in this video was that as you enable the modules for specific players, the options that you normally change using HTML code have a nice little interface in Drupal, so you can actually set your height and width values, different colors, the appearance, all of these kinds of things that normally you'd have to hand code. They now all have pop-up menus that you can select right in Drupal. So it's a really, really slick module or collection of modules. And there's an example. If you go to the project page on Drupal.org, there's a module on how you can write your own Flash module plugins for, or I guess SWF Tools module module to integrate with SWF Tools in Flash. So definitely check it out. Really, really cool stuff.